Good happy Thursday afternoon, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to your afternoon edition of WRMK News 12. We have a lot of news to get to this Thursday afternoon, so let's get started right now. First up, U-Haul, where people moved in 2023. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
U-Haul says one-way customers departing New Hampshire rose 12% from 2022 to 2023. Each year, the company calculates the number of one-way trips trucks make from each state. U-Haul reports one-way customers arriving in the state increased by more than 11%. New Hampshire fell to 40 on the company's list of top states people moved to in 2023. The states the most people moved to were Texas, Florida, and the Carolinas.
Okay, and there you go on that report. State Capitol targeted in a bomb hoax. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
New at noon, officials are now confirming that New Hampshire's State House was targeted in a nationwide bomb threat hoax. The threats were emailed to officials yesterday in at least 10 states, including Maine and Connecticut. According to state officials, the emailed threat was sent to the Secretary of State's office. However, the State House was not evacuated because the FBI determined it was fake.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Nashua police investigating a stabbing on Chandler Street. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
We are following breaking news out of Nashua, where police are investigating a stabbing. It happened on Chandler Street just after 11 this morning. The victim was taken to Southern New Hampshire Medical Center with what we're told is a serious stab wound. It is not clear if anyone has been taken into custody.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Trump campaign targets Nikki Haley with a new TV ad. Let's take a listen to that report from ABC News.
My store and my design business were exploding, but my old internet was not letting me run the show. So we switched to Verizon Business Internet. They have business-grade internet nationwide.
Make the switch. It's your business. It's your Verizon.
And with the first votes less than 2 weeks away in Iowa, former President Trump's campaign is hitting Nikki Haley with a new TV ad in New Hampshire. The ad places Haley side by side with President Biden, comparing her to Biden when it comes to border policies. ABC News political director Rick Klein joins me now for more on that. Rick, what does this ad tell you about Trump's campaign strategy?
Well, this is the first real sign from the campaign directly that they're worried about Nikki Haley. For the most part, they have been focused on Ron DeSantis, and they've been trying to pick apart his record and attack him on air in campaign speeches. But this suggests that there's a bit of a different competitor in the mix, and it tracks with public and private polling to see that Nikki Haley is now potentially the closest rival to Donald Trump, particularly in New Hampshire. The location important here. Nikki Haley has put a lot more emphasis on the state of New Hampshire than she has Iowa. DeSantis is more the threat there. So it tells you that the Trump team is starting to engage with the resources that they have marshaled over many, many months.
Now, at an event in Iowa, a voter actually criticized Florida Governor Ron DeSantis directly, saying that he thought he was too soft on Trump. Take a look at that moment.
Why haven't you gone directly after him? Polls are down. He's, up really high.
What do you mean by going directly after?
I mean, you're in my viewpoint, you're going pretty soft on him.
I think the narrative is this. I think what the media wants is they want Republican candidates to just kind of like smear him personally and kind of do that. That's just not how I roll.
So is that strategy working for DeSantis, saying, sort of, I'm taking the high road, that's not how I roll, as he approaches these final days before the first votes are cast in Iowa?
Yeah, Diane, it was a striking moment because it seemed to encapsulate so many of the concerns that have been raised about his campaign, not just among members of the media, but many of his own donors, and now even Republican voters who were confronting him directly on it. They've wanted him to get more aggressive with Trump. They've wanted him to show that he is the one who can stand up. They know what Trump does to his rivals, and I think DeSantis was pretty honest in saying, look, that's just not who I am. And now the question for voters in a couple weeks is whether they want him anyway, or whether they still view this as a campaign, and an active campaign at that, when Trump is his head as much as he is. It isn't clear that another strategy would have worked, but there is some frustration that DeSantis didn't go a little bit harder against Trump from the start.
All right, political director Rick Klein. Always great to have you, Rick. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Perry, Iowa officials give update on a school shooting that happened earlier today. Let's take a listen into that update.
Pulse. Breathe it in.
And it looks like those officials in Perry, Iowa are getting ready to give an update now on that shooting. Again, so far they have told us one person is dead at this shooting in Perry, Iowa. Very few details released other than that so far. Let's listen into what police are saying now.
Adam Infante, Infante. I'm the sheriff here in Dallas County. I'm joined by our state, local, and federal partners here at the Perry High School. This morning at approximately 7:37 a.m., we had a Sears radio activation at the high school, which indicated an active shooter situation. An officer first arrived within 7 minutes of that activation and located multiple gunshot victims. We're still unclear of exactly how many are injured or what the extent of those are, but we're working on that right now. There is no further danger to the public. The community is safe. We're just now working backwards, trying to figure out everything that happened and make notifications. There'll be another update later on today. It's still very early. This happened at approximately 7:37 this morning. School didn't start yet, luckily, so there was very few students and faculty in the building, which I think contributed to a good outcome in that sense. But we'll have more information later on this afternoon. We will not be releasing any more information in the meantime. So please be patient with us so that we can talk with these victims and their families and try and figure out what happened. We won't be answering any questions today either, or right now. We'll let you know later on this afternoon, what time we'll be meeting back with you again, and we hope to provide more detail then.
So can we, just to be clear, you don't have a number of people who were injured in this?
We're still working on that.
Have you identified the shooter?
Yes.
What's their current status? Are they alive or?
We'll get to that later on this afternoon.
Can you confirm if the shooter was a student at the school?
I can't confirm that right now.
Can you confirm any death?
Is there
No, not right now.
reunification center for families and students right now?
Great point. The reunification center has already been established, and at most of those, I think all the kids have been reunified already. So we're good in that area. Thank you.
Were there any faculty members that were hurt?
Okay, and there you go on that. We will keep you updated when we get more information.
You'll never.
And we're going to switch gears now, and let's go into the weather. With that weather forecast, here is meteorologist Jacqueline Thomas from WMUR News 9.
The only way to stop Trump starts at the bottom of the ballot. Write in Joe Biden. It's all on the line.
Thanks for watching. I'm meteorologist Jacqueline Thomas. Heading through this afternoon, we're seeing a little bit of a breeze picking up out there, making it feel pretty chilly, but temperatures climbing into the 30s and even touching 40 in some spots south. A mix of clouds and sunshine, and can't rule out a spotty snow shower or flurry, but most of us stay dry through the majority of the time as we head through the rest of the day and this evening. Satellite and radar showing a couple of those light snow showers and flurries out there, but those winds continue continue to pick up, some gusts to around 30 miles per hour as we end the day. Tack that on to some of the colder temperatures that we're going to be seeing tonight, and it's going to feel downright cold. Lows tonight fall back into the teens, even some single digits up north with a mainly clear sky tonight, but it's going to feel like the single digits south, and it could even feel like it's below zero with those sub-zero wind chills possible up north. Now, as we head through the weekend, all eyes are on our next potential storm, a winter storm that could bring some significant snow to parts of the state. The first statewide snowfall expected, a plowable snow, likely especially as you head south. There's the potential for several inches of snow in parts of New Hampshire. We're still watching closely the track of this system as it starts to develop and gets a bit closer. Futurecast, briefly through the weekend. It arrives late Saturday night, continuing through Sunday. That's what the time frame looks like. So Saturday is the better of the 2 weekend days for any kind of travel. And as far as potential snowfall amounts, best chance for heavier snowfall or the highest snowfall totals with this storm will be as you head south in the state, generally south of the Lakes region, with lesser amounts as you head further north. So highest snowfall totals this time around will be as you head further south, and then amounts will taper off the further north you go. So in the 7-day forecast, as we head through the rest of our week, we see an isolated snow shower or flurry to end the day today. Then Friday, a good amount of sunshine, but breezy and chilly. Temperatures only around freezing. It'll feel much colder with a lingering breeze. Saturday, a quiet start to the weekend, but increasing clouds ahead of that storm system. Keeping a close eye on it. We'll continue to fine-tune any of the details regarding snowfall amounts and exact track as we head through the rest of the day today and the next couple of days. Beyond that, Monday, Tuesday, a little bit of a break before our next system arrives, and that could bring more of a mix with rain and snow for the middle of next week.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And that does it for this afternoon edition of WRMK News 12. Thank you for watching and have a great rest of your afternoon and day. Goodbye.